It has officially been 2 years since Alex and I packed up our lives and moved out here to the country. And it's been some of the best years of our lives. We've learnt so much, we've experienced so much. It's been such a beautiful lifestyle that we've cultivated here, but it hasn't come without its challenges and obstacles. So I want to share with you why we're choosing this lifestyle, what the journey has been like so far, and some of the lessons that we've learned along the way. I didn't realize until recently just how important the notion of self-sufficiency is to me. I've always been someone who likes to do things myself, from making our wedding cake to painting my own nails, baking and cooking things myself, making things by hand, and so far running every aspect of my business myself. And this has only just become more prominent and important since moving out of the city. Without the convenience of having everything at your fingertips, we've had to become more sustainable, resourceful, and self-reliant. So where we are here, we are on the grid, so we're not completely self-sufficient and we're not completely off-grid, but we do have water tanks, which is amazing. So we collect all of our own rainwater and it goes into these 2 big water tanks that we have on the property. And we are connected to electricity. This actually poses some challenges for us because where we live, it's very windy. We get a lot of storms at different times in the year, and often the power does go out. So we've had a few times where we've had the power completely go out. Eventually we want to be completely off grid. That's kind of the dream. I think that really ties into this value of being fully self-sufficient, not having to rely on these external sources, to have that connection as well with nature. Speaking of being connected to nature, Nala absolutely loves it because she gets to go outside. We have a little cage for her outside and she gets to watch the birds and she gets to have some time out on the grass. We're very conscious of snakes. We do get some quite poisonous snakes where we live down here, so we're very mindful of keeping an eye on her. We don't want her also being out and at risk of injuring any wildlife. We're always watching her to make sure she's okay and that there's no issues with wildlife. Growing a vegetable garden has been one of the most rewarding aspects of this lifestyle so far. Don't get me wrong, it's involved a lot of hard work and effort in getting set up, but it really has been a labor of love. And there is nothing more rewarding than seeing the literal fruits of your labor. It's also taught me a lot about the seasons of life, learning to slow down and to trust the process. And it's taught me about the importance of patience, of how important those small steps we take each day are in leading to bigger visions and goals. It's really similar to this notion of self-care, these small acts of loving attention that we can give ourselves each day. It's similar to what you would do when you tend to a garden, you know, making sure it's got enough water, making sure it's got the right sunlight and the right environment to thrive, and to then just see things blossom into these beautiful manifestations. With a garden, it's the fruits, the beautiful produce. It's just been so nice to grow our own food. I absolutely love it. It is so rewarding. So far we've grown all kinds of things in terms of winter vegetables. We've grown cauliflower, broccoli, we've grown leeks and onions, lots and lots of beetroot, heaps of bok choy, heaps of lettuce, heaps of cucumbers and coriander and thyme and mint, lots of different herbs. We've grown strawberries. The strawberries have brought me so much joy. They are the tiniest little things ever, but they taste so delicious. Tomatoes. I absolutely love growing tomatoes, even though I actually don't like tomatoes. I like them cooked and I like them in sauces and different chutneys and things like that. But oh my gosh, I could go on and on and on about it. You can probably tell just how excited I am talking about our vegetable garden. It's something that I knew we wanted to do moving here, but I didn't realize just how much joy it would bring me and how much I would learn. One of the biggest challenges, which I actually was expecting going into this, was navigating changes in our work and income. Both my husband and I took a significant pay cut by deciding to move out of the city. But with every challenge also comes an opportunity for growth and transformation. We're learning to live more sustainably within our means, and it's asked us to face our beliefs around money, worth, value, and contribution. I've also learned a lot about resources and resourcefulness, which I don't think I would have if I had have stuck to a more traditional, secure, and stable path. I'm really lucky because so much of my work is online and I can do so many things remotely. So living out in the country hasn't impacted my work all that much. But Alex, on the other hand, is a personal trainer. So it's been a little bit more challenging for him logistically to figure out how he's going to make this sustainable in the long term. He's been traveling up to the city a lot still for work, which has been great to kind of transition into being more remote. But I guess in a way it's asked both of us to be more creative and again resourceful, to think outside the box about different ways in which we can create income and support ourselves, and different ways that we can really create this life that we want for ourselves. Another thing I've been doing recently is completely reimagining my work and business, and also my beliefs around making a valuable contribution. I quit my full-time job 4 years ago to go all in on my business, and I wasn't quite expecting to have so much self-doubt come up. I've come to see that my worth is not attached to anything outside of me, and that there is so much more that one can contribute to a family aside from money and financial security. There are so many ways that I contribute. I help to create a safe and loving environment. I love to cook. I love to bake. I love to organize and create a really nice space to live in. And so this whole experience, not just living here in the country, but also before that, when I quit my job and I started my business, it's really asked me to take a step back and take a look at how I can make a valuable contribution besides just making money, or besides just being successful in all of those ways that I particularly learnt growing up were signs of achievement and signs of success. And this is an ongoing journey for me, but I would say living a slower paced life in the country has given me the space to reflect and to be really intentional about what I want my business to look like. I've been teaching meditation and mindfulness online for over 5 years now, and it's felt like a very slow journey in terms of growing my business. I know that a lot has come down to self-doubt, not fully believing in myself and my abilities, which, like I said, I have been unraveling these past few years. But I've also come to see that slow progress can be a lot more sustainable, and I really feel like I've been asked to fully embody these teachings of mindfulness, of presence, of slowing down, of living in alignment with my values before I can teach them with the world in a larger capacity. living here has helped us to completely rethink what success looks like and to reimagine the ways in which we want to live and to support our family into the future. Yes, money is an important tool, but it's just one of many resources in this world that we need to live a healthy and fulfilling life. I have a lot of exciting projects that I'm working on, and they really do encapsulate so much of this broader lifestyle that I'm creating. So I'm excited to share more of that with you soon. I'm actually someone who loves my alone time. I'm a 2/5 in human design, and I'm also a manifester. So if you know what that means, you know that I love and I need my alone time. I really need that space to myself. But I'm still human and I crave connection and friendship. And a lot of people in my life have fallen away. Friendships that were perhaps built on convenience and proximity. This has been difficult, but I suppose a natural part of the process. I'm quite hopeful that as we have kids and start a family, we'll begin to meet more people in the local community who are at a similar stage as us, and we'll start to build out our network. But it definitely is just something to consider if you are thinking about moving out to a regional or rural area, that you may find that a bit isolating. One of the main reasons I wanted to move out of the city was to pursue a slower pace of life. Slowing down is something I've really struggled with throughout my life, believe it or not. And this has a lot to do with what I shared before about having my self-worth tied to productivity and achievement. I've come to see that slowing down is not only essential to my well-being, but it's also a radical act of self-love. To move slowly in a fast-paced world, to go at my own pace, to trust in my own timing and natural way of being, to release the pressure and expectations placed on me, and to come back to myself again and again. And I must say that being so closely connected to nature really helps you to slow down. Nature moves slowly. Nature is intentional. Nature takes its time. And one of my favorite quotes ever is, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." I think perhaps a part of me thought that just moving out to the country, I would automatically be able to live this really slow-paced life. But if your system, your nervous system, is programmed to be constantly busy, to be productive, to be rushing, then you will find it really hard to actually allow yourself to fully slow down and enjoy this kind of lifestyle. So I'm just continuously reminding myself, Hannah, it is safe to slow down. It is safe to take your time. It is safe to move slowly. And you don't have to rush. And in fact, that was the whole purpose of moving here, was to be able to live a slower, more intentional, more simple and purposeful life. So you are allowed to do that. You get to do that now. Above all, living this lifestyle has taught me a profound sense of presence and appreciation for the little joys in life. Sometimes we take it for granted. In fact, quite often we do, but every now and again, Alex and I will pause and look around and realize just how lucky we are to get to live here. I'm able to appreciate where I am instead of always waiting for the future to make me happy or to bring a sense of fulfillment. I also know that we won't be living here in this exact location forever, and so I keep reminding myself to enjoy where I am and to remember that nothing in life is permanent. And speaking of impermanency, these last couple of years have taught me a lot about letting go of attachment and letting go of timelines and things going to plan. When we moved here, we were recently married and getting ready to settle down and start a family. And though it's been a beautiful couple of years, it's also brought with it a lot of loss and heartbreak. kind of touched on this in some of my previous videos, but just in the last year, Alex and I have gone through 2 pregnancy losses, which has been absolutely devastating. And so we've had to hold one another through a lot of grief and disappointment, and we've both had to readjust our expectations for what we thought life would look like. One of the hardest things about pregnancy loss, which I don't think is talked about enough, is just how difficult it is to let go of the timeline and let go of attachment to when you thought something was going to happen. From the moment you find out you're pregnant, you start to calculate the date, the due date, and you start to make plans and get excited. And so that can be even more heartbreaking when the pregnancy doesn't continue, to let go of what you thought your life was going to look like and to let go of that dream. But one of the most beautiful things that have come out of those losses is that I have connected to myself on a deeper level. I have grown so much through every experience of loss. These experiences have helped me to see the transitoriness of life, to let go of attachment, and to be more connected to the seasonality of life and also the cycles of life and death. So who knows what the future has in store for us, but I do know that I'm grateful to be here. It's been an incredible journey so far, and I feel like we're only just beginning. And I'm so grateful to get to share parts of my journey with you. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again in my next video. Take care. Bye.